Consider a political discussion group consisting of 3 Democrats, 5 Republicans, and 4 independents. Suppose that 2 group members are to be randomly selected in succession to attend a political convention. Find the probability of selecting an independent and a Democrat. Okay, so the first thing we should make note of is that, this basic problem here is we are finding a probability. And so now we have to ask ourselves, what type of probability is it, or what's the situation? Okay, and we're going to be picking 2 group members. So now what we need to do is find the probability of A and B occurring. Okay, and remember that whenever you see the word and, think for probability purposes, you're going to multiply, or you'll add and you're going to multiply. So for the probability of A and B occurring, it's going to be the probability that A occurred times the probability that B occurs, given that A has already occurred. Okay. Now sometimes these events A and B affect each other, and sometimes they don't. So you have to ask if they're dependent or mutually exclusive. Okay. So in this particular one, when we said we were going to pick these 2 group members in succession, that means, I pick the first one, that person sits out, then I pick the second one. So it's going to make a difference. So let's go ahead and work this out. So I want the probability of picking an independent and then picking the Democrat. So I need a probability of picking the independent times the probability of picking the Democrat, given that I chose an independent on the first pick. All right. So remember that probability is always going to be, favorable over total. All right. So how many are there total? So we said, well, if you look at everybody there, I have a total of, so I got 3 plus 5 plus 4, I have 12. So there are 12 to choose from. And then how many of them are independents? 4 of them. So 4 over 12 is the probability of choosing an independent. Now, suppose I chose an independent. That person sits out. How many are remaining? Now I only have 11 people to choose from. And of those, how many are Democrats? And we have 3. So the probability of choosing a Democrat on the second choice, assuming I already picked an independent, is going to be 3 over 11. Okay. Now I have to multiply these together to get my answer. It's always a good idea, I think, to reduce first, or you could just multiply, but 4 goes into 12 3 times, then the 3's will cancel, so we end up with 1 over 11. So the probability is going to be 1 over 11. So again, like I said, 2 things to really focus on is we were choosing 2. So we're going to have the first pick and the second pick. So and's going to be multiply. And then also my second pick was influenced, the probability changed because of what happened on the first one. Okay. Let me go ahead and give you just a little variation on this problem. Suppose that what I was asked to do was find the probability of choosing, say, both Republicans, 2 Republicans. Okay. So then I would be looking at the probability that the first one is a Republican times the probability the second one is a Republican, given that I chose a Republican on the first pick. So the first one being a Republican, again I have 12 altogether, and then 5 of those are Republicans. Now one of them sits out, so there are 11 people to choose from, and there are only 4 Republicans left. So again, multiplying this to get my reduced answer. So 4 goes into 4 once, into 12 3 times. So I will have 5 over 33. Okay, so that's what we mean by how the second pick is influenced by the first one.